Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be doing second chapter from economics, as you all had already done first chapter. So today I'll be starting with people as resource. We can see two terms out here, like people and resource. Now, what does this people means out here? Now, people we can say population. People out here, it means population. Okay, now population, let's take population of India as a whole. So we are taking population of India as a whole. We are not just talking about a state or a region, but we are talking it as a whole. Now, next one is resources. Now, what does this resource means out here? Now, resource means anything that can be converted into benefit, okay, through which we can get some useful, or which it will be of advantage to us. So anything that can be transformed into. Now, resource out here, it means anything that can be transformed into benefit. Now, transformed out here, we can just take it as change. We can change into benefit. Now, when we talk about Indian population, okay, what will be the first thing that comes to our mind? So, the first thing it will be, we have a very huge population. Our Indian population, it is too much, isn't it? It comes to our mind. The first thing that comes is that. So, now this population, now when we think of population, it will be like now we have a very huge population, so we have to face so much of problems like unemployment, poverty, illiteracy. There are many things. Okay, because of huge population, because of overpopulation, we have to face problems. Now that are the disadvantages. Now this huge population, we can um, take it in the form of advantage also. Okay, now, this population can also be used. We can get some benefit from this population. Okay, now this population, I will be taking it as liability. Okay, now out here we will also study how can we convert, how can we make use of this huge population, how can we convert this liability into asset. Now, what does asset means out here? Asset out here, it means benefit. So how can we convert this? How can we make liability into asset? Now, liability out here, I already said we are talking about population. We are talking about, let's say, Indian population, and we think that Indian population is a burden. Now, liability out here, it means burden. Okay, we think that Indian population is a burden. Okay, and then because of our huge population, there are so many problems. I already said about unemployment, illiteracy, and poverty. Okay, now how can we convert, how can we make this liability into asset? How can we take benefit from, how can we take benefit from this from this huge population? Okay, now let's take example of you students. Now, in order to understand this liability and asset, now what do you all think? Are you students liability or an asset? Now, you students will be, right now, you students are liability because you all are not contributing anything. Okay, but your parents, they are investing on you people, on your education, on your health. Okay, till how much ever you all will study, your parents will invest on you. So right now you students are liability, and later in your future you all will become an asset. You all will become an asset for your family, for yourself also, for your family, for society, for community, and for country also. But right now you people are liability. So in that way, okay, so as you people are liability, so if a person, okay, if an individual is having all the opportunities, if he is having opportunities to get education, to get good education, he's having good health facilities, okay, all the medical aids he's getting, and then he's getting all the training also, then that person, that individual, he will be an asset for himself also, for his family, for society, for our country also. Okay, now what are the things, what should we invest? Okay, what should we invest? Now by the word invest, I would like to focus on, let's say, what does this word investment means? Now investment means investing your time, money, and effort. Now, when you invest your time, money, and effort in something, so in return, you all will expect, isn't it? So, what do you all expect? In return, you all expect for some benefit or for some profit. For example, if a businessman invests his money in business, okay, he does not invest it like that. In return, he expects profit. If he is investing 100, in return, he'll be expecting profit of rupees 50. So in that way, when people invest their time, money, and effort, okay, when people invest these things, in return they will expect some benefit. They want something in return. Now let's take example of you students only. When you invest your time in your studies, okay, you all are investing your time in your studies, your effort in your studies. Now why do you all invest it? The reason will be because in return you all want to get good marks. You all just don't invest it like that, but in return you all want to get good marks. That's why you all invest your time, your effort in your studies. Okay, now right now your parents are investing on you so that in later future you people will be an asset for everyone. Now, when I talked about investment, now what should our government, what will be the things in which our government should invest? Okay, so what will be the things in which our government should invest so that this huge population liability, it will become an asset? Okay, so government should invest in, first thing will be education, second will be health, and thirdly it will be training. Now first is education, second is health, and the next one, last one is training. So now, before we go in this in detail about these three things, I'd like to, if you all go through your books later on, you all will see that they have given example of Japan. Okay, now though this Japan, they do not have natural resources, but how did they become so developed? Okay, now what did the government of Japan do is they invested more in, they gave utmost importance to education and health. They gave more importance to this education and health sector. They invested more in these two sectors, okay, in these two resources. Now, when they invested in this, and the people out there, they gave importance to other two factors also, other two factors like land and capital. You all had already studied about factors of production. Now what are the factors of production? Factors of production are land, labor, physical capital, and human capital. Now when we talk about land, land itself cannot produce anything on its own. Someone has to be there, someone has to work there. Now when we talk about labor, labor also, someone has to hire him, isn't it? He just cannot go there and work. He has to be skillful, he has to be skilled. He should know how to do the work. And then when we talk about physical capital, okay, when we talk about physical capital, someone has to invest in that. So at last comes human capital. Okay, human capital is very important because human capital is the one who runs all this, who takes the risk, okay, who will takes the risk of the business, who can hire labor also, who can get capital also. So the government out there, they invested in these two resources, and then after that they invested more, they gave importance to other factors like land and capital. So out here also, in order to make our huge population liability as an asset, we have to give more importance to education, health, and training. Now, why is education very important? Now, what are the roles of education? Education is very important in our life because it creates opportunities. It gives us more opportunities. If a person is educated, he will get more opportunities compared to the person who is uneducated. Okay. And then it builds confidence in us also. If a person is educated, he will be more confident than other person. Okay. And so if a person is educated, okay, if the huge population, it is when we talk about in percentage, if 80 or 90% of the people of that country is educated, then it takes the country's growth to next level. Okay, now if I talk about educated and uneducated person, okay, if we compare them, educated person will have more opportunities. Okay, he will have more knowledge compared to uneducated person, and he will be more skillful. Okay, and then in later he can use whatever he had studied during his whatever he had learned during his education process. He will have more opportunities compared to an uneducated person. Now next comes our health. Now health is very important. Now why is this health very important? Because if a person is medically fit, if he is healthy, then he can give his 100% in each and everything he does. Okay, in each and everything he does. But if he is unhealthy, then he will not be able to give 100%. Now if a person is running a business also, if he is medically fit, if he is healthy, then he can run his business, okay, in a very smooth manner. But if he is unhealthy, then he will not be able to run his business. Now for you all also, if you all are healthy, if you all are medically fit, then you all can give full concentration in your studies. Okay, but if you all are not feeling well, if you all are medically unfit, okay, then you all will not be able to concentrate in your studies. Now next we'll be going to training. Now training is also important, because if a person cannot acquire education, if he did not get opportunity of education, okay, if he is not educated, then through training he can run his life. For example, let's say if you teach a man, he's uneducated, and if you teach him how to do fishing, okay, how to do fishing, if you teach him the skills of fishing, then what he can do through that fishing, he can sell those fish, and he can run his life, and in that way he will be helping his family also, and in some way or the other he will contributing to our country also, and to economic growth also. Okay, now if people will invest in all these resources, in all this education, health, and training, then we can say that there will be growth in our economy. There will be growth in national income also. Okay, it will be good for everyone if there will be investment in these resources: education, health, and training. Okay, this much for today. We'll continue in our next class.